Coach, just coming out of the bye week, how do you feel like your team is ready to attack these last couple of the regular season games?
Good. I thought today they came in, had great mindset, great energy, and got a little bit of work out on the practice field, and tomorrow will be a heavy day for us. But I think they're excited about getting an opportunity to go play one more.
Have you seen anything or figured out any reason why the team plays so differently, or it seems to play so differently on the road than at home?
Yeah, as much as anything, it comes down to turnovers, right? Taking care of the football, and then us getting turnovers, and there's other things that go into it too. But those have been our closest football games. We haven't responded the way that we needed to in the second half, and that's a challenge before us is approaching this one like it's going to be that type of football game. Really good football team that we're going to play. They execute, play hard in all three phases of the game, and we're going to have to do the same thing.
What did the late season bye week afford you guys last week? Did you spend extra time on Tulane? Coaches got recruited? Did you look at younger guys, or what are some things different?
Combination of all those things. Late in the season, guys are going to be nicked up, so you get an opportunity to truly get a lot of those guys back healthy, closer to 100%. If they're not all the way back at 100%, get a little bit of a head start on your next opponent in Tulane. Coaches get an opportunity to go recruit as well, so you mix all those things together, and it's a good week.
Josh, what's your focus going into this week as you guys go into Tulane? You mentioned penalties, you mentioned turnovers. Is there specifically you're trying to work on this week?
Yeah, at the end of the day, you need to play harder than your opponent. Be the most excited football team out on the field. It's going to be important that we play with that type of energy and passion for 60 minutes. We do got to take care of the football, but also the turnover battle is going to get some turnovers as well. And then we got to play smart pre-snap and post-whistle penalties. Can't give away yards. And to go on the road in this conference, play a good football team, which we are, those are things that you got to do to give yourself a chance to win.
When you look back at the Tulsa film, why did the team break down along the lines?
There's some things that they did too. You got to give them credit. But at the end of the day, in particular on the offensive side of the ball, just communication and playing with great technique. And I say it's a really small margin of error between being successful and not. And it's all the parties put together. There's times that we didn't execute up front. There's times that we're holding on to the football a lot longer because we're not winning on the outside. There's times that Dylan's got his eyes in the wrong spot and takes a sack. And you put all those things together, it turns into a day that can be different than it was, and some things that we can control.
A couple of the players mentioned last week there was a young guy scrimmage.
Yeah.
How'd that go?
Awesome. Everybody's excited when you get an opportunity to do that. Guys that our scout team guys primarily get an opportunity to go out there, play and compete, and have their teammates watch them. A lot of good, a lot of bad too, but a lot of excitement. The players on each side of the ball get an opportunity to call it too. So defense players are calling the defense, and offensively the same thing. So a ton of energy. It's the way we finished up the week, and great opportunity for those guys to go play and compete and get some things on tape and go learn from them. But a lot of really good energy as well.
Josh, what have you seen from the senior leadership in this team? Whenever there's some adversity that comes up, what have you seen from these guys?
The positive is that we've responded to that type of adversity in a positive way. We've come together and we've gone out and competed and played better the following week. Our season's going to be defined one chapter at a time. This week is our next chapter in the book that we're writing, and it's important that we go out and have great leadership to get us to the point that we're ready to go play our best football on Saturday.
What are you seeing from Tulane, both sides of the ball?
Defensively, big, strong up front, load the box a bunch, make it difficult to run the football consistently on. I think they trust their perimeter players, play a bunch of man-to-man coverage and multiple in what they do and where they bring the pressures from. Offensively, they got explosive skill players that can make plays. Athletic running back that they're going to use as a running back, but also out in the slot as well. Quarterback that has done a really good job of being efficient throwing the football, taking care of it for the most part, and obviously his feet are a big part of his game.
Yeah, Coach. Just delving into more of Justin McMillan. How do you? What's the part of his game that made me think is going to give you guys trouble most?
Well, I do think, for us, we talk about, creating negative plays, changing the way the game is played on third down. When we are pushing the pocket, just as we are pushing and trying to get to the quarterback, making sure that we don't open up lanes and give him the ability to go use his feet and make plays.
I saw that the semifinalists for the Bolitnikoff Award, did they make a mistake not putting Gabe Davis on there?
I did not see that award list, but Gabe's special players has played in a great way consistently throughout the entire year, and we wouldn't want anybody else on our football team.
Going more on Gabe, his touchdown production has slowed down a little bit. Is that just because teams are, triple covering him, double covering him?
Some of it's because they've rolled coverage to him at times, and some of it's just been based on rotation of coverage. Ball's gone another spot, and obviously the other night offensively we weren't as efficient as we needed to be in the second half, anyways.
What do you think about Tate Allen this year, stepping in for Brandon Moore after that injury? And he's had a low passer rating against. Just talk about
played
him.
really well. I think he's gotten better every single week, gotten more comfortable out there in our scheme and what we're doing, and been really consistent. And this week we need him to step up and play in a big way. And the style of defense that we play a bunch of man press. That he's been in a lot of competitive situations, but handled it really well.
You mentioned team leadership earlier. What more do you want to see from these guys, your team leaders? You want them to be more vocal, to get the message to the younger guys? What do you want to see from your leaders?
At the end of the day, right, it's a team sport, it's accountability in everything that you're doing every single day. And that accountability is important in the locker room. It's important when we walk out on the practice field, and that ultimately leads you to whom what you're going to be on game day as well.
Judge, you talked about health and getting healthy last week with the bye week. What can you update can you give us on Greg McCray? I know you talked a little bit about him last week.
Yeah, we're close to playing him in the Tulsa game. Just at the end of the day, decided it wasn't right, and he'll be back in 100% for this one.
All right, thank you.
All right, guys.
Thank you.